You can obviously be successful and be that type of owner that is completely disconnected from what actually happens out there.
Sure.
Probably going to start a fight, but that's fine. However, that I think is 100%, and we get into discussion about this a lot, especially in these groups or within our chats or whatever, that's transactional business.
It is.
And I personally don't like it.
The following program features a bunch of doofuses talking about the automotive aftermarket. The stuff we, or our guests may say, do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of our peers, our sponsors, or any other associations we may have. There may be some spicy language in this show, so if you get your feelings hurt easily, you should probably just move along. So without further ado, here's your host, Mike Allen, with Confessions of a Shop Owner, presented by TechMetric. Simply the best software ever made.
Now he's recording.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. That conversation, just yet another thing that will never see the light of day on the Confessions of the Shop Owner podcast.
It's a shame. Sorry for all of you.
Oh my gosh. So we're here. Braxton tells me I have to mention we're at Tools in Pennsylvania because I forgot to do that.
Is that
in
where
the
we
first
are?
episode. I think so.
You never know in this place.
And
It's
I'm
huge.
here with a super American extraordinaire.
I hope you didn't need that camera.
And
I kicked it.
that's okay. It'll survive. Super American extraordinaire, Chris Gayne. You pronounce it right?
It's a fact.
Not Gayne because you're not French. You're super American.
Super American.
Super American.
I don't know if that's not true at all, but whatever.
You're super American?
I mean, I think you're exaggerating.
I mean,
but
you're probably one of the coolest people I've ever met.
I feel more like Forrest Gump. I just have dabbled in a lot of weird things. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how I got here.
You've done some things.
Yeah, I've just done a few things.
You own
All unrelated.
Dale County Diesel.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Not
Where-
Markham's. I do
Not
work
Markham's.
I do not work for Tommy Markham.
You do not work for Tommy Markham. Although probably some days in shop ownership, it'd probably be nice to just show up somewhere and just do the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Do the thing that you do, right? Yeah. I
Hey,
bet
Tommy, you got problems.
Tommy,
I'm done.
put it in the Tommy pile.
Yeah, put it in the Tommy.
Put it in the Tommy pile. Before that, military career.
Yep. So I did 21 years in the Army.
Oh my gosh.
Started out as a cop. Thought that's what I wanted to do. I was 17 and dumb. Turns out I hated it, and then started flying for the last 11 years.
Okay, 11 years
flying
helicopter.
Yep, flying
Right.
Kiowa Warriors and Apache. And then I finished out as an instructor pilot at Fort Rucker in Alabama, and that's where we are now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is
It was
that how
pretty-
you
it
ended
was
up
pretty
in
okay.
You ended up in Alabama that
Because
was
of
like
the
your
Army.
last deployment,
Yeah.
if you will, or
Yeah, it was my last
your
duty
assignment?
station. My
Gotcha.
last duty station, yeah. So I got sent there to be a instructor for flight school. Did it for a couple of years, and then when I retired, I thought I was going to keep doing it. I actually thought I was going to go to the airlines too, and I didn't do any of that stuff. And Dale County Diesel took off, so that's what I do now.
You were like too hyped up working on diesel pickup
Yeah,
trucks.
I guess I don't know.
You were like, this is kind of fun.
I'm like Zeb's dog. I just need more stimulation. So I guess
You're like, listen, I'm a little undiagnosed.
Yeah.
And
I may have a touch of the tism too.
Yeah. I just I gotta like touch things and do stuff. Yeah. That was the idea.
Yeah.
So when you started, was it just you when you started?
It was it was me, and so it started with me and the shop. I don't know if I've ever told you the story of how the shop came to be, but it was an accident. I used to fix and flip trucks on the side just because I like to do it.
Oh, okay.
Except when I thought we were going to go be airline pilots and all that, I didn't have a garage. I was in a townhouse. And so I was eating there used to be a place next to my shop where they had this giant breakfast burrito. And if you ate it, you got a T-shirt, your picture on the wall and all that. Well, I ate it every time I went in there. And so I was sitting there.
You were like small town famous?
Yeah, just a slob. Feeling sorry for myself and looking out the window, and there was a old garage for rent.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I wonder what that would cost because the town's a little
Hoity-toity.
dilapidated.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, you're thinking
We are not hoity-toity.
You're like, man, I might be a couple $100
like,
a
yeah, that
month
should be
away from
cheap.
having a spot.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So I checked it out, and it was definitely within my wheelhouse of what I could tolerate. So I rented this 4-bay shop. What I didn't know is you had to have a business license to do that in a commercial property. So the city came and informed me of that. So I filed for a business license, and that's how the business started.
So you just like
And
to
then
mess around with stuff on the side. You were going to go do something else.
Yep.
You're like, you know what? Flipping these trucks is kind of fun. There's some money to be
It's
made.
fun. It was, I'm the boss, 20 21 years in the Army, I got real tired of people that I
Telling
felt
you what
were
to do.
unqualified telling me what to do. I'm not saying every boss I had was like that, but a lot of them are. A lot of them.
You've got a problem with authority.
A little
Not
bit.
really. Not after 20. If you made it 21 years, you can't have too much of a problem with authority.
Well, you kind of hit a point of no return, right? Like, I was 17.
It's a little too late to do the right thing now.
I also am a high school dropout, and when I joined,
Oh,
I didn't have a whole lot of choices. So
Right.
I hit the point, and it was working out. It was good. I will always be grateful for my time in the Army. It got me here where I am, but I was done. When I was done, I was done.
You were done.
I was done. I've thought about going back a couple times. I've been take a few offers to go fly on the civilian side with some other places, and I mean, went through the process, and then when I sit down and think about it, to be, I'm not willing to stop our shop. That's my true passion. That's what I really like to do, and I can't do both and be good at it. So I stick with the shop. It's what I like.
It's what you like to do.
Yeah.
What you like to show up
As
to.
crazy as that is, I mean, teaching guys to put rounds from an Apache on target is pretty fun too. It's not bad,
Right?
but I also like diagnosing blown up fuel pumps and stuff like that.
You're probably a big fan of torque wrenches. You had a little issue with an Apache one time, right?
Yeah,
Is that public? Can we talk about that? Do we have to have Braxton
yeah.
edit
You
this
probably
out?
Google it.
Oh, you can Google it.
I'm
probably?
sure you Google it.
Okay.
April 18th, 2018. It might be the 2019th because we were in Korea. I don't remember because times are different. I always just say we were in the future, so it might have been the 19th in Korea. But anyway,
Depending on the date line.
Right.
Gotcha.
had some. So all the heavy maintenance in Korea is done by a civilian agency, but they're all former Army guys that work there, right? That's where they learn it's an Apache, right? So you have to be in the Army to learn the Apache.
To learn, yeah. You're
Right.
not going to learn that at the
you're not gonna
Niagara
learn-
Falls waterfall
That's right.
tour.
Yeah,
They don't fly
North Dakota
Apaches there.
University ain't going to teach you how to work on the Apache.
Sure.
So
My name is Matthew Schwab, own Clutch Automotive. We have 6 locations here in the Houston area. Having a web-based solution is a game changer. I can effectively work remote. I can go to the soccer practice and then pick up right where I left off. I don't have to be in the shop. I can be home with the kids for dinner and just get work done afterwards if I need to. And so it's tremendously helped me as a father, as a husband. Being able to see my shop on my phone just keeps your shop moving and rolling. So if you're feeling busy now, implementing TechMetric is gonna increase your bandwidth and increase your time tremendously.
Hey guys, Carrie Lynn with Turnkey Marketing. If you are looking to increase cars and you're looking for the right demographic to go after, you wanna get the right people who need auto repair right now, then give us a call. We have a service called Direct Track, and it utilizes AI to find people in your area who are the great demographic that you want to go after, have raised their hand and opted in saying, I need auto repair help right now. We send them an email. As soon as they open the email, we then get their physical address, follow it up with commercial ads on all their streaming services like Hulu and YouTube and ESPN, Fox News, all those different things. And then we also get their physical address and we start sending banner ads and display ads to every single device in that house. It has been incredibly effective. It has made shops seem like they're everywhere to those people who need repairs right then. And I mean, I'm telling you guys, the return on investment has been huge. So if you want to increase car count, you want to get great people in the door, give us a call or reach out to us and ask us about Direct Track marketing.
I was an instructor pilot. Our aircraft broke. As I'm walking back to the hangar, my buddy who was a maintenance pilot asked me if I'd ever done a full general test flight with them. And I'm like, nah, man. He's like, let's go. He's like, I just need you up front. You just fly the aircraft. Let me do what I do in the back. I said, cool, no problem. We made it about, 50 feet, and that damn thing started spinning around, and it just ate the dirt.
Just ate the dirt.
Yeah, so that sucked. At the time, I was probably 230 pounds of just exercising every day meat and everything I could to push that damn collective down.
You couldn't. It just wanted to be up. Just the G-forces of it starting to spin.
G-forces, you couldn't. I mean, it was hard to just move. It was hard to
Because it
move
had
and
just
touch
sucked
it.
in so hard.
You're spinning that snap.
You're 230 pounds, probably 10 Gs, so you're like 2,300 pounds.
So in the crash report, it says that we hit the ground at 13.37 Gs.
Oh my gosh.
That's from about. I don't even think it was 20 feet. It wasn't even that high.
And that's how hard you hit the ground.
initial snap and spin of the aircraft, it twisted the airframe and blew all the. When it all finally got done, my buddy in the back, Jake, was like, I got glass all over me. Where the fuck is this glass? Oh, can we say fuck?
Whatever. I don't care.
He's got his fucking glass over me. And I'm like, where the hell did glass come from? And I look, and all the glass is blown out of the canopy because the frame twisted.
Twisted and popped it all out.
It blew it all out.
Oh, my gosh.
Like 20 feet. We were maybe going, if I remember right, it was just under like 20 miles an hour. So right under what we call effective translational lift, right when the aircraft starts to get efficient. So we had enough forward momentum where the spin wasn't just stationary.
You're kind of like going, oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're out of control on multiple axes instead of just one.
It was super
That's
great.
cool.
And it was super fast too. It lasted a few seconds.
2 seconds.
Felt like an eternity. I remember every bit of it. I remember thinking, because it's got a spiral, and luckily we had big old rocket pods on there, and it was coming down, and I'm in the front, I'm flying, and it's coming down, and I'm watching the blades, because we keep bouncing from side to side, because I cannot get this.
Yeah, it's just kind of like doing this crazy little gyroscopic, out of control thing.
So
that's just
one
wild.
thing about the Apache is, especially if you're in the front seat, those blades, they can come down and they can lop your dome off. So I'm watching these blades coming down, and
you're strapped in, and you're trying to duck.
Oh shit, dude! Everything I had to get as low as I could and just push as far to the left as I could. I'm like, please don't chop my head off.
My gosh!
I thought we were flipping over, and I closed my eyes and I open them up, and I hear radios, and I look, and the tower was right in front, and it's vertical, and I'm like, oh shit, we didn't flip.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked, and all it was I think it's 5. I have the coupler. The tail rotor drive shaft came apart. They put the bolts in the wrong holes, and I have the coupler on my desk. I keep it there, and you can see the last one that gave out. It's got a bend in it where like it was holding on for dear life.
It was holding on for dear life.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
it sucked.
gosh!
It destroyed the aircraft.
Right.
I don't know what the hell an Apache cost, but a lot.
mean,
In the tens of millions, 30, 40 million, right? Got to be.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, totaled it out.
They sent that right to pick and pull.
Actually, it sat in a hangar out in Korea for a long time. I don't know what the hell they did with the rest of it.
Oh
no
my
idea.
Gosh!
Yeah, all over like 3 little 8 mil bolts or 5 little 8 mil bolts.
Were you actively deployed at one time too? Oh, well, you were in Korea, so you were in a war zone.
I did Korea twice. Did Iraq and Afghanistan as enlisted guys. Did a few other places. I've been all over Europe. All over Europe.
I know you've been all over the U.S. We've talked about that before.
I have flown a helicopter in every state of the U.S. except for
Hawaii,
Alaska, and Hawaii.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah,
You've seen it all.
It's been pretty okay.
Literally.
Like
pretty
I said,
okay.
I feel Forrest Gumpy. Like I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I got here.
Why do you work on trucks, Chris? Because I'm tired. right?
I kept going.
Yeah. So Dale County Diesel starts up. You make the transition out of that, which is just an unbelievable.
It's a big shift.
lifestyle.
And you got to think too. I'm at the home Army. Every Army helicopter pilot goes through Fort Rucker, which is where we are.
Okay.
All my buddies that are instructors, they're still there. If you're an Apache instructor pilot, you don't. If you're going to keep flying, you got probably 2 choices. You fly some Apache. I mean, you got a few, but the good paying jobs are keep flying Apaches as a civilian instructor, or you go to the airlines like these other guys do.
Right.
So there's a ton of guys that I know that are still out there flying. So I see these guys all the time, and they're like, "Why the hell you want to work on trucks, man? Don't you want to come fly? Don't you?" I miss it. I miss flying. I miss things about it. But man, I don't miss that kind of shit. I don't miss the.
That was a thing you did, and now we're on to the next.
We're done. We're on to something else.
We're done with that.
Yeah.
We're figuring out that running an auto shop isn't easy.
Nope.
But it's also not terrible in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's pretty great. I enjoy it. There's a lot of things that translate from the Army. Like when I was enlisted, I was a sergeant first class. So, like when I went to Iraq, I took 40 guys with me.
Okay.
I finished with 4. When I went there, I was E6. So I had, 12, I think. And then when I left, I had 42 dudes that I brought back home. I enjoy leadership. I've been to a bunch of leadership courses. It's just, it's what I like to do. I like kind of managing people.
Translates well into the shop.
It does. It does. Luckily, and I hope my guys will agree when they hear this, that I don't treat them. One of the guys that's actually my main guy, Adrian, him and I were in Iraq together in 2008.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now he's the main guy there. I don't treat those guys like I do. I mean, I think I've raised my voice maybe once or twice to a couple guys who probably don't work there anymore. I run it a different way.
Yeah.
Luckily, I come to things like this and get to learn from guys like you and the other people that are here. And
don't look at me; I don't know anything.
That's true. It's true. Where's your bag of potato chips?
Right. All that guy does is eat potato chips. He don't fix no cars.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's all right, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy the the growing part of it.
Right.
It's the painful part, but it's also, I'll tell you what I really like too, like in this, again, part of my instructor kind of background, like when them teaching somebody how to put a rocket, on a dummy tank, right?
Okay.
Like it's tough. It's not easy. You're
Yeah,
taking
right,
this
right.
25,000 pound machine.
Looks easy in a video game. It's really not that great in real life. There's a lot going on.
There's a little bit going on that you don't see. But once they get it and the light bulb clicks and they just do it and you just sit back and watch them do it, it's like, hell yeah. And I enjoy that same kind of satisfaction from the shop too.
Right.
We get a lot of that. We get a lot of it within the shop, get a lot of it with trying to drag because, man, I want to see everybody do well. There's enough broken cars. They get crappier every day.
We talk about it all the time.
There's enough for everybody.
I'm not,
I want to see other guys come into these events.
I rode down here with other shop owners that we're not in competition with.
Yeah. I'm not in competition with the people down the street. I'm not in competition
We're not,
with
and it's not because we're at different levels. The people I rode with, Dan can fix anything I can,
Right?
Like no doubt, the dude's
Right.
freaking super sharp. We're not in competition with each other,
Right.
We're just not because there's, like you said, so many broken vehicles.
Yeah, and
It's not like a thing.
I would argue it can be competition. It just doesn't need to have a negative connotation with it.
Sure,
Right?
Hey, everybody, I'm going to take just a quick minute out of our show to talk to you about one of the favorite tools that we have in my company to help streamline and make our guys as efficient as possible, and that's Detect Auto. I've been talking about Detect Auto for almost a year at this point, and my team still loves it. And if you listen to the show, you know that I love the idea of bringing in skilled individuals from outside of the industry to add to our shortage within our trade, right? But one of the problems that you run into sometimes with that is that these guys and gals might not have a full automotive knowledge just yet. And as a technician, if you've ever gotten a repair order that says check noise, you know how infuriating that can be. Well, this tool, the customer concern tool, is designed specifically for that. The advisor can put in 1 or 2 or 3 words about what the complaint is, and then it's going to prompt them all the questions that they need to ask that customer. And then it puts that into a paragraph form that's easy to understand for the technician, so that technician's not getting check noise, check vibration. They're getting all the information that they would like to have from the customer. It just makes things more efficient. It makes guys in the back happier, and it just makes the business run more smoothly. If you want to find out more about this and the other tools available on Detect Auto, just reach out to us through the link in the show notes.
Sure.
Competition breeds innovation. It should make you want to do better.
Yeah.
Like I almost wish a diesel shop would open up next to us because right now we're really the only one.
Give you a little nudge.
Yeah.
Give you a little nudge.
There's
to really,
other places that'll do what we do.
to kick it into road gear, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And all it does to me is like when someone says, oh, well, they can do it too. And I'm like, that gives me a little nudge. Like, I bet they can't do it like we do.
Yeah.
Like that's my point. That's the best I can do is say, yeah, they don't do it like we do.
Yeah, I bet they can do it. Yeah, but there's something. Diesel is so strange because there's so many people. How do I say this? There's so many hobbyists dabbling in this thing
and fucking it up.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
I mean, you just see stuff all the time, like stupid stuff that is like just basic for us. Like,
Yep.
people like doing a DCR conversion. They don't put the lines back in the brackets.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how do you think that's going to go?
I know the directions say to do this, but man, it's good.
No,
Because
it's
I'm
good.
smarter than the guys at S&S that designed the stuff and tested it.
And they
all
don't
that.
put the lines in the brackets, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I had my neighbor's sister's cousin, not her neighbor's cousin, the neighbor's sister cousin, if that makes sense. Did this DCR conversion? I smell fuel. I smell fuel in my truck, and you look, and there's fuel in the valley of the truck. The freaking turbocharged and manifolds right there. This truck is like." Thank goodness he just gets groceries with it, because if he'd pulled a trailer, the thing would have burnt to the ground.
In flames.
Square to the ground.
And then there'd be a Facebook post telling S&S how
how
what a shitty product
their product
their
is.
route Yep.
Because freaking technician Timmy doesn't know what a torque wrench is, or instructor. Forget the torque wrench. He don't
Just
know what the
blatantly
instructions
ignores
are.
the instructions.
Just blatantly doesn't put the shit in there where it goes, right? And
or the cheaper guy. Yeah, I got a guy who'll do it for that.
I got a guy who does. I got a guy who'll do that
He
job.
said he'd do it $500. Well, great.
Right, 500 labor. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've seen the Facebook posts.
I know.
And you just imagine what those installs look like. Because let's face it on that job. Like a lot of guys talk about doing that job for 500. If you're going to do that job right, even if you do that job all the time, 4 hours.
Oh,
To
And
do
that-
it
and
to
that's-
do
and
it to
that's
do it
still
perfect.
Correct.
4 hours if you're cruising. You've been in a ton of these. 4 hours.
And again,
dude,
that's
if some dude's doing it for $500 labor and he ain't doing them all day, like you're not, and even you're not making. You can't. No shop. You can't be profitable doing that.
Not as a shop.
No.
Sure as hell not as a shop. And as a private individual, I mean, I guess if you're broke, $500. I mean, I'm not trying to sound hoity-toity, but I'm just saying that like, if I'm going to spend an entire Saturday,
It's good because they're not going to do it in 4 hours.
right?
They're not going to do it.
They're
In
not
4
going to
hours.
do it in 4
It's going to take
hours.
them all damn day, assuming they don't screw
If
something
they get
up.
the fan off.
Nothing. assuming they have an air hammer and a fan clutch tool.
Yeah. And
Maybe
there's
they get
tricks.
the fan off.
Maybe you don't need to take the fan off. There's tricks. I get it.
Yeah, whatever.
I had a guy that didn't do it.
God bless him.
He was good at it.
Yeah.
Whatever. He was quick with it.
My
but
hands. I'm too fat. I tell everybody the same thing. I am fat, old, and my back hurts.
yeah,
I'm taking the fan off.
That's why, like, if
Dude, I take the path of least resistance.
bro, people talk about pulling or doing 6.4 turbos with the cab down. Oh, it's easy, man. But no, if I'm
we just
doing
had this
it,
conversation
if
last
I'm doing
night.
it, bring it up.
We just and people will make fun of me for this, but I'm like I said, I'm fat and old. My back hurts. I'm like LML fuel filter housings,
Oh yeah,
dude. Like I'm like to a point like thank goodness we got great guys that work for us because I have a guy I can just give that to.
Little
'cause that
hands.
little hands. With little hands, because that job pissed me up. Like I'm to a point now, I'm like, I don't know, I might freaking disconnect some hoses, some grounds, and freaking lift the cab off this. I don't know. I'm
especially
I'm
the
over
newer
it.
they are. They
and
make
I always
it
talk.
easier.
And Zeb's always funny. He's got guys that are really good at doing this. This is all they do day in and day out. And he's like, my guys don't even lift the cab off, do a fuel system. I go, dude, I can't even take the EGR bolt out with the freaking cab on. I'm like, dude, look at my hand.
Yeah.
Like I can't. You know,
Yeah, like,
great, it's great that they can do it, and I know them guys are doing it right too. I get it; they're doing it right, but
It's like a turbo on a Duramax, right? Of course, you don't need to take the cab up, but boy, one of them bolts break, you're going to wish you had just done it in the first place.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
And like I said, I'm not saying we do it, but luckily, I don't primarily do that work anymore.
Yeah,
I got
luckily you
guys
have
that are
people-
good at it, and they do it.
you're like me. Like, luckily, I've got guys. You know, I used to. There's been a big transition in our shop where even mechanical stuff wise, like even the nuts and bolts of it, before we got a guy now, before he got a ton of experience under his belt, even in our shops, I was kind of the king of the road at the mechanical stuff.
Right.
Right. I'm gonna get these stuck bolts out, you know, weld some whatever to get a bolt, whatever. Thank goodness I got a guy who's better at it than me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just and I as that shift has happened, you start to recognize that maybe you're not that good at certain things anymore.
Sure.
I wouldn't want to have to do a set of exhaust manifolds on something because it's going to take me too long. I got this guy over here that's going to do just as good a job as I do, and he's 10 years younger than me. He's going to do it in half the time because he's been doing all of our heavy line work for 6 years now.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that. I mean,
Yeah.
I walked outside the shop when we get here Wednesday, so Tuesday, and Adrian's doing a fuel system on an LML. And I look in there, I see the EGR out, I see the turbo. I can see the turbo, which means you've done a lot of work already.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm
Yeah,
like-
if you can see it. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm glad you're
With
good
the
at this,
cab
man.
on.
Cab on.
With the cab on.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm glad you're good at this, man, because I don't want no part of that anymore. And like, you'd call me whatever you want. I don't care. But what I was going to say to that is, and I know for you it's the same thing, not doing that opens you up now to learn and do other things.
Yeah,
And focus on other things that
For sure.
that
It makes me better at the tasks I have to accomplish.
that I think that especially technician, and I'm not a technician by trade, but obviously I
Sure.
know a bunch of them now. Technician turned owners, it gives them time to do the stuff that maybe they didn't think was important to start.
But they need
and
to
now
be
they
doing.
realize, hey, bro, you need to be doing this
Yeah.
stuff. You need to take a
This
look.
thing
at,
doesn't run itself.
if you don't know what KPI is, like you need to go get yourself in front of a computer and
Right.
let's talk.
Right.
But that's what it does. I mean, I used to feel bad about not fixing trucks anymore, but I don't serve the shop best if I'm the one doing. I'll do work,
Especially when you've hired people who are good
right?
at
That
what
they're
they're
good
doing.
at it. They do it all the time.
You've hired a guy that at this point, because he's put so much more time in recently, you've spent some time not doing
Yeah.
a fuel system, if you will. He's at a point where he's literally better with his hands than you are now.
Yeah, and that's okay.
It wouldn't make sense. It would not make sense for you to do that job.
Yeah,
because you have a guy that's going to do it faster and just as good. And he knows the process. He knows we're going to torque this stuff. We're going to do this.
There's value there, right?
Yeah. I mean, why would you even try to do it? Like at that point, like if you're going to be slower at it.
Well, I would say the only reason I would try to do it is if trying to give him some time off or he gets sick or whatever.
Or you
right?
got to sub in.
At least we can go back and do that. I couldn't imagine not being able to go out in that shop.
I've made that point. I've made that point a ton of times. I think I made that point in the chat group we're in the other day. Whether people like Dave Ramsey or not.
This is a great comparison.
Whether they like Dave Ramsey or not, whatever. But he is very well respected as a financial guy. Right. And one of the things he says when people are planning for retirement, they're getting their investments together. He's always like, general mutual funds, whatever. If you're going to do crypto or commodities, this, that, and the other thing, don't invest in anything you don't understand. And that's caused a lot of heartburn for me.
Oh,
when I talk to shop owners that came from the restaurant industry, and I was the district manager for these restaurants, and an auto shop's a great investment opportunity, so I bought an auto shop.
Yep.
And I don't know, and I'm not saying that every shop owner's got to be super tech and they've got to be the best tech at their shop. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
What I'm saying is, why, if you don't understand the general physical repair process on a car, the nuts and bolts of, if you don't understand the general idea of what it takes to get the cylinder head off of an engine, why did you buy a shop?
Oh, I'll take it a step further. You should be able to know. My dad's a career carpenter, and all the friends that he had that like when I would go with him to work, what they would say was great about my dad was his ability to see some of the issues that were going to happen before they started. Yep. And that's why he was good at it. I couldn't imagine being a shop owner and not being able to look at that truck and tell that one's going to be a pain in the ass.
Or even you're out in the shop and you're hearing a little bit, like this happens to me a lot. I'm hearing a little bit too much air chiseling or hammering going on over here. Yep. I'm going to go over here and take a look because something's that shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be, or you just hear things. You hear things going on and you're like, we got to go have a conversation with this guy.
Yeah. And
this ain't right.
I think you need, it's my opinion that, well, I shouldn't say you need to have that. You can obviously be successful and be that type of owner that is completely disconnected from what actually happens out there.
Sure.
Probably going to start a fight, but that's fine. However, that I think is 100%, and we get into discussion about this a lot, especially in these groups or within our chats or whatever, that's transactional business.
It is.
And I personally don't like it. I love money. I like stuff. I like my kids doing whatever the hell they want to do. I'm all for that. I just don't want to do it that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it that way.
I get it. We run a relational business with our customers. Jim texted me on the way down here yesterday. One of our customers died. Let me know that the guy had passed. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's like we know these people.
Right. And
we
I'm not
know
saying
these people. We know where there was this one old lady that used to have trouble with her Toyota because she never drove it, so the battery would always we knew where she was. We knew how to get in her garage. Sure. We knew how to jump the car for her to get her going. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that every shop should do roadside service for old people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we know the people.
Right. Well, you're putting more to it. And here's the deal: if you're a person that had the capital to invest and buy a shop and run a shop because you thought you could run this as a business and make money, and you do it, well, that's great. Mm-hmm. But it was strictly monetary, cash flow driven, and your thought process is not. I don't care what they say. It's just you're all about that cash, and that's fine. I'm good with that. That's okay.
That's
right?
just not.
That's
the way
America. That's capitalism. I'm good with that. I love it.
You're like, I love it.
But I'm just saying that's not what I want. It's not what I do. I want to have. Sure. I want you to say they're the best. Period. Yep. Are we? No, of course not. That's why I pal around with the best, to get better. We aim to get better.
Yep.
That's why my toolbox is still sitting in Bay 1 over there, and it's going to stay in there. I couldn't imagine not having a toolbox in the shop. Now, I say that, and I hope Nolan doesn't take offense if he ever listens to this, because buddy Nolan runs a diesel shop, and he doesn't have a box in there, and he does great. But he's not ignorant to everything that's happening in there either.
Sure.
I just like kind of I don't know, man. It's maybe it's I I don't know what it is, but I just couldn't imagine. Picture this. Picture if you're that guy that just invested in a business and you're trying to just make a bunch of money. You now have to find somebody who does know what the fuck is going on, because when you're
And how do you
guiding down
even
there,
figure out who that is?
yeah, good luck. And how do you,
you
know?
don't know.
How do you know?
You don't know.
You don't know, right? Because but then your normal tech down there who's doing the brake job doesn't understand the electric e-brake or whatever. He's got to go ask a question. Well, who does he go talk to, right? So
That's one of the greatest things I feel like I have going on in our shop is that nobody has to freaking die on something. Do you know what I mean? And it's not always good. And don't get me wrong, I've created a lot of problems just stepping in and taking care of stuff, but nobody feels like when something goes sideways and they're like, I just had it before I left. We were doing some control arms on an EcoSport, and the axle had popped out from the inner boot, the CV axle, and 90% of the time, not even 90%, like almost every time in my life that's ever happened, I can like finagle it back together without taking anything apart for the guy. I couldn't get this thing.
yeah,
Right. So we take the whole axle out of the thing, and like this guy, he's struggling with it. You know what I mean? And he's not even he was a 12-year GM tech. He just started first. This is his first job not working on GMs. He's working on Ford, which doesn't really have, it's the axle design was the issue. It was a different style CV axle design. But, he wasn't stuck on like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be here for an hour figuring this out. No, I saw he was struggling. I went over there. We popped the axle out. We worked together on it. We discovered, holy crap, this has got a weird axle design, and you actually have to take the boot off. This is what you have to do to put this axle back together. And but anyways, long story short, the guy's not stuck on a desert island. Just like if one of your guys gets done, and you don't always, the mistake I've always made is always getting them involved a little bit too quick. I don't let them ride the struggle bus for a little bit so they can learn something maybe. Right. But it's the same thing. Like if one of your guys does something, you have him do a job, and the truck doesn't start, you can go, okay, let's go through. What did you do? Where are we at? What's this data look like? Let's start going through this and see what happened. They're not stuck freaking dying on this job.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing that. But, and then I think that's a problem too. You run into places where like we don't do flat rate, right?
Neither do we.
We don't. And it's part of that is I only have a few guys that run our place. I don't want Adrian to feel like he needs to tell Michael, hey, bro, go figure it out because I got my own stuff to do, right? I don't want
You want to be in a situation where people can help out.
I want you to be able to help him where he needs it, or he can call him over and he can help you out.
And that was the same situation on that same job earlier with those control. The bushings are real tight.
Yep.
And our guy Brett had 3 guys over there helping. There's 4 guys holding pry bars certain ways, trying to get the bolt in so he didn't damage the threads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to some shops, and not all shops are like that. I hate to paint with a wide brush. Not all shops are like that. No. But
I mean, we could safely say, dealerships are kind of set up that way.
TechMetric is the all-in-one software solution for auto shops. It can do just about anything.
How can I build trust with customers?
How much? TechMetric can do that. How can I do an inspection faster? TechMetric can do that.
How can I make this as painless as possible?
TechMetric can do that.
How can I run my shop from anywhere?
TechMetric can do that.
Can I just pay for my repair from my phone?
TechMetric can do that.
How can I be a better man?
You could try putting your crap away, Dennis.
Sometimes you just need to put your crap away. But for shop productivity, increased revenue, and a better customer experience, TechMetric can do that.
I never worked in a dealership. From what I've heard, it's you got your own shit, man.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want to be a part of, dude.
I like it and I hate it, right? Yeah. I like it because I think you separate, right? You separate the men from the boys, and I mean that.
That's true.
Some of the best techs I ever had was a woman, so I don't mean that in a sexist way, but it just separates the good ones from the bad ones right off the rip. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're all better together, right? Yeah. So I don't like that feast or famine kind of setup.
At the same time, when you've told the customer, hey, I'm going to have your stuff done at the end of the day today. And you have a guy, and it's 3:00.
Yep.
And it's a couple guys will step in and help him versus it's going to take them 2 hours to get there from here.
Right.
I like a couple guys being able to stop what they're doing comfortably. And it's not a big deal. Right. It's not a big deal. Everybody just goes over, helps the guy, and it's not a problem.
Right. And like, with our, we've tried a bunch of different things out, like pay compensation and incentives and stuff like that. And I mean, if you keep a shop incentive where yeah, you're right. I'm coming and helping you, but it's a shop goal. So if we meet that goal, who cares?
Right.
Right. I don't like the idea of that.
The individual.
Yeah. I don't want individuals. I don't want individuals.
Yeah. You don't want a
right?
bunch of little businesses running under your own
No.
roof.
No.
Right.
No. And I
Right.
think that causes or
And
creates
people, there'll be
resentment.
heartburn. We'll release this episode. There'll be heartburn. And not every, there's some people I really
Bring
respect do run flat rate.
Yeah. Again,
And it's fine.
Well, that's what I like. What I love about our group. My favorite thing about the group chat that you and I are in together. What is there? 6 of us in there, 7 of us,
Probably.
whatever. Every single one of those shops is run differently.
Yeah.
They're not run the same. There's little differences with each of them.
Yeah.
And some of them are significant, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you bring Zeb in. Like, he's completely different from everybody else.
Yeah.
But
He's doing the opposite of everybody.
he is. But
like-
man, when you really
He's like, everybody's flat rate, and I got a million bays per technician. I'm just
each tech gets 30,000 square feet.
Each tech has 30,000 square foot of their own, and this.
But I don't know if you've ever been there, but I've been there 3 times now. And when you walk in and you
I have
watch
to
those guys
stop
work,
down.
it's like it
They're
works.
just going.
It works.
They're
what
just
he's
going.
doing absolutely works.
And they have multiple trucks in, and they get stuck on one. If they do get stuck on one,
they
which
get stuck.
probably doesn't happen often, because from what I understand, Susie runs type shit.
Yep.
But
It's
if they
smooth.
do, just move on to the next one because
Yep.
it's already in.
Yep, it's already there.
They've got zero time, and that's something.
That's something that we embrace. So so I lost 2 techs February. Now
I remember this.
Now, mind you, I only had 4, so
Yes,
I lost 2.
I remember this, but it was a good loss for you.
It
turned out to be a good loss.
So great dudes. I wish them the best. But as a business, we did better, right? And this came up with Lucas was talking the other day about bays per tech and this and that. And I commented on his post that
there's not one answer.
There's not, man. We went from we have 4 bays, and I had 4 techs, and I would kind of do diag wherever I could out of the way of those guys, or take one of them and let them be my hands while I was being the brains of the diag. But neither here nor there. Losing half of our workforce, but doubling the bays that the guys that we have that stayed have.
It's just an efficiency.
They did as
positive.
much or more build hours with 2 than we did with 4.
Yeah,
and I think it's
which can be related to a million things.
I think it's
and
the
that's
Zeb
fine.
effect. I think it's the way that Zeb runs his. Where if I had Mike working on a truck here, I went and grabbed the next one I knew was diaged and ready to go. I put it right next to him, and I said, "You hit a spot where you parts whatever. This is what this needs. Here's a ticket. You jump right on this truck. Don't even hesitate. Don't ask. Go to here." We do the same thing with Adrian. So they always have at least 2 in the bay ready to go. So
And they're just turning all day.
They turn, and that's
don't
what they
have any
want to do,
downtime.
right? Like they're techs. They want to turn profit. That's what they want to do. Turn dollars or turn hours.
I think that people who are efficient at what they do and good at what they do with mechanical things in particular, I think there's a hyper focus. Okay. And I think the hyper focus, if they're hyper focused, they're very efficient. When it gets broken up to work, pause, work, pause, work, pause, I think it busts that down. And having everything ready to go and not having the weight and this, that, and the other thing is the difference between 80% tech efficiency and 150% tech efficiency. Honestly, honest to goodness. And that's why I think a lot of shops say that whatever over 100% is an unreachable number. And our guys, don't get me wrong, we don't run it like this magical 150 or 200% because we have a bay situation where there's one body per bay.
And shit happens.
And
right?
it's fine. But I think when you're dealing with techs that are very good and very efficient and do mechanical repair very well,
right?
I think keeping them boom,
engaged,
boom. They want to run like that. It's like a racehorse.
Yeah. And
what does a racehorse want? You ever? It's fun, for some reason my Instagram feed gets all funny. For a while it was hot dogs. Now there's like rodeo. It's crazy, and some people will get that reference. It was like literal hot dogs, like 7-Eleven roller dogs. Anyways, recently it got switched up to a lot of rodeo.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know why. It's algorithm does what algorithm does, right? And then you start watching it because it's kind of cool to watch. Some dude try to ride a bull. I'm like, that guy's a freaking badass. Like,
yeah.
But anyways, like there's a couple barrel racer videos that have popped up, right? And you look at these barrel racing horses, and I don't know if you've ever seen it, you'd have to watch a video or maybe pay attention to rodeo or something. So this girl or sometimes a guy or whatever, they'll get the horse and it'll be like in the chute, like ready to go out and run the barrels.
Yeah.
And they're like full pull trying to hold the horse back. Because what does the thing want to do?
Wants to go.
Wants to freaking run.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of techs out there. I think there's a lot of bad technicians. I'll say that. There's a lot of bad techs out there. But I think there's also a lot of people that just want to freaking run, and they've got more frustration with the fact that they just can't run than anything else. I really do. Because I think there's a lot of guys that are maybe labeled as bad, but they're just not in the right environment.
Here's what I think.
I'm ready.
And it's on par with what you're saying, but I'll take it a step further.
Okay.
Right? Like, here's my confession, right? Like, if there's a problem in my shop, it's me.
Sure.
It's me.
Yep.
And I never, not once, will I go and say, I had a guy make a mistake, cost us an engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go yell at him. Call him right now. I've never didn't yell at him, didn't discipline him.
Yep.
Didn't take money, didn't do shit.
Yep.
I said, I need some time to process this. And what I did is just, where did I screw this up? Because he's good at what he does, but he made a mistake. So was it the process? Did I rush him? Were we rushing? Because we were. I remember it was around Christmas time. So I give everybody 2 weeks off at Christmas. Like, they don't have a choice. You're taking time off.
But you're going to be off, so now
but we need to get that truck done.
You're under the gun trying to buckle stuff up. You're trying to tie up all the loose ends.
Yep. That's what we're trying to do, because we're going to be.
But you're going to at least evaluate that if that was a possibility. Exactly.
Somewhere I screwed up.
Sure.
Right? Because I think that's a weakness of shitty leadership or shitty character to blame somebody else for your position you're in.
Sure.
Right? I think techs get labeled as bad techs by people who don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to managing people or teaching or any of that. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, right? But what I do know from a lot of leadership experience is everybody's different, right? I have a hard time with my own son in the shop. We just this constantly, right? And I think the best thing for him, he's going to go work for somebody else over the summer, and I think it's great for him because I want him to get a different style.
Right.
I have a real hard time with when someone gets in these stupid, I say stupid, these auto shop owner groups, and they're bitching about tax, and it's like, you really need to go get a mirror, right? Because you're probably a big part of the problem.
Well, and at the end of the day, if nothing else, you are the one who hired them.
You are, right? And
so at the end of the, like, let's say you do hire somebody and they are exactly what's described. Well, why'd you hire them?
Right.
right. You know what I mean?
It's still your fault.
Yeah, it's still your fault.
Or what did you do to mentor him? What did you do to get him better? Yeah. What did you do for follow-on training? Did you do any follow-on training? Did he get offered to come to tools? Like, that's
sure.
What have you done? Because my thing is, if they took the time to come to you because they wanted to do this, I'm going to say more than 9 times out of 10, they have the aptitude and ability. Just you probably didn't get them there. And I'm not saying there's not people that are turds.
Or you
got
them doing the wrong job.
Right.
Right. Like, because here's the reality: not everybody is not everybody cut out to be, to diag and triage cars. I like to use the word triage a lot, honestly. Yeah. Not only is everybody not cut out to diag and triage cars efficiently, but there's different things that guys are going to gravitate towards. There's different jobs they're going to like doing, right? Like, I got a guy who does a really good job, like, and it's an easy job and it's not a complicated job. And it's like, people are going to listen to this, like, what kind of brag is that? But I have a guy that puts oil coolers in Pentastars very well, cleans them up real nice. The job's done right. Everything's torqued. He does it very efficiently.
Yep.
So if this guy's that good at doing that job, why would I dispatch him something else? Just like I have a guy, I already told the story before, I think, on the podcast. I have a guy that welds exhaust very well. He can look at the problem, and this isn't, you guys probably don't deal with this, but where we are,
we don't deal with that.
The shit rots out, right?
I've told you, we don't even have brake flaring tools in our shop.
Yeah, and a lot of times you can't even get the parts, right? Like, there's certain parts that are discontinued, whatever. So you gotta fix it. You either gotta buy aftermarket stuff, the difference between the OE and aftermarket is OE went 12 years, aftermarket's going to go 2. Aftermarket won't make it out of warranty. So we got a guy that does really good with fixing exhaust, well in this, well in that. We give him all sorts of advice, and he can just look at that thing and figure it out. And man, I used to be the guy. I fixed all the exhaust for a long time.
Yeah,
for a long time, I fixed all the exhaust. Yeah. This kid, better than me at it.
Yeah, I mean,
he can have it. And it's hard when you get somebody that's that's nearly 20 years, not 20 years, 15 years younger than you that does your job better. Instead of getting pissed off, just be happy the guy does the job better.
Yeah, dude. And you want him to get the other experience, but man, if they're good at it, they're good at it.
Yeah,
and
he's good at it.
What I try to do is, like Adrian. Adrian likes Duramax. Good, brother. You can have every single one of them. The other guys don't like them.
We've talked about that a million times. I'm like, how many freaking different size bolts they got to put in this thing? If I never do another one again, I won't be mad.
Right. Yeah. It's
right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, and that's, I'll say that's a thing that, a luxury, I shouldn't say a luxury we have, but basically it is in at Dale County Diesel. We're diesel trucks, right? We do Power Stroke, Cummins.
You're already specialized.
The guys too, they get used to, it's like midway between like one of your guys. You do a lot of different makes and models.
Sure.
We're not a dealership. We're in the middle. Right? They touch 3 different kinds of trucks. I don't touch Titan Cummins. I don't touch them stupid Eco Diesels. I don't touch them Power Stroke, mini Power Strokes.
So you don't put used motors in Eco Diesels and go cry when they did used motor things?
We're not the used parts shop. Yeah, we don't do that.
You don't do that?
Shit,
okay.
No.
You'd rather get a prostate exam with a cactus than put a used motor in Eco Diesel?
There is no chance of that happening.
Okay, good.
I'm
glad we're on the same page with that, Chris.
We did the last Eco Diesel we worked on, dude, was a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Beautiful SUV with a diesel in it. The oil cooler ruptured. Well, we got it because Dodge said it needed an engine. Well, the guy drove it to a shop. And I'm like, well, that thing runs pretty good for needing an engine.
Yeah.
But the coolant's full of oil. And I'm like, you need an oil cooler for sure. And Dodge does. I read their service info, and it says something about you should be changing the engine if whatever, but the truck was fine, or the SUV was fine. The point of the story is why I hate them. We do the oil cooler, but that oil had had weakened the integrity of the coolant hoses.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were like really soft and squishy, and you couldn't like clean them. So like, we just need new hoses. Dodge doesn't make them.
Oh.
Or Stellantis, whoever the hell's making that pile of shit.
Identity Crisis Auto Manufacturing. FCA, Stellantis.
They don't make any of that shit.
Benz,
we had to find it on
Daimler,
eBay.
Whatever they're calling them nowadays.
Yeah, absolute junk. So I don't touch that crap.
Yeah,
I hate them. So our guys, they get a taste of, hey man, we're generally doing the same thing. And then as we, I told the world that we weren't touching 6.0s anymore, and that was a lie. We took in 2 right after that.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Sorry.
And that almost goes back to like policy. Everybody wants to set, a major fad that we listen to in auto repair. And I'll apologize for the people who do this. They're always talking about hard policy. And even when you try to do hard policy, it's almost like even
like no quotes over the phone.
Yeah,
like there's going to be an exception.
There's going to be an exception. If somebody
Bill Haas is going to yell at me, but
there's going to be an exception. I'm not going to do 6.0s anymore, right? Well, I got some really good customers that run small businesses and farms, borderline fleets out. If one of them guys bought a really nice 6.0 somewhere and it was broke, I'm not going to tell a customer that's spending $35,000 a year with me that I'm not going to work on their 6.0.
Well, we're down south. Those 6.0s, the
and
bodies
they're still everywhere,
are alive and well.
Yeah, I'm relieved up by me. Most of them are rotted up to the door handles.
But I wish ours were just so they would go away. But
like I have a couple. I just worked on a 7.3 the week before last, and it's like, what are you going to do? The guy's a good customer. He's been coming to you forever. He's got a couple other cars he brings, and he's got this 7.3.
And he wants you to fix it.
He
knows the value.
What are you going to do?
He appreciates the value.
You tell him you won't work on his 7.3?
It's hard.
And I go through the same spiel. It's so funny. I go through the same spiel every time I do my thing. Because first, I have like my whole process when something's stupid. Like I have to get irritated about it. And I'm like, oh, work on these 7.3s. I'm like, I know whole ass shops in the South where these things aren't junk that won't even do them. And then I'm like, okay, calm down. Just do it. Do your job. Shut up and do your job.
Let the hate flow.
Let the hate flow. Right. Yeah. Everybody wants to set these hard and fast processes, but it doesn't. Man, it's a very dynamic, and that gets into
especially when we start talking relational, right?
I was just going to go there. That gets into the difference between transactional and relational. I mean, it's a huge difference. How do you run a relational business? How do you take care of, Mr. Jones on this, and this, but you're not going to take care of him on that?
So I'll tell you how you take care of them.
Tricky.
Like we just did it with a 6.4. 6.4 Power Stroke. Everybody knows them. Well, this thing is a 2-wheel drive, extended cab, long bed, lift gate on the bed, just a pile of crap. And I'm like, all right. And I'm not trying to knock anybody else's truck. It's their truck. I get it. But we know chances are whatever's wrong with that truck is going to cost more than the value of that truck.
It's going to total the vehicle.
So I go in.
Almost every time. They're old enough. It's almost every time.
Yes. And that's so Adrian was like, don't you dare post, because Adrian loves the 6.4s. He loves them. Except his just blew a head gasket, like they do.
Which the repair, if he had to pay for it, would exceed the value of the truck.
100%.
Just to 100%. He actually, depending on what trim package it is and layout of the bed and cab, maybe even the bolts in the head gasket might total the truck. Sorry, Adrian, don't hate me.
I think it was Zeb. I made a post about that 6.4, and he's like, bro, if that thing needs a cab bushing bolt, it's totaled out.
Yeah, right.
But then the guy, he dropped it off after hours, and I hadn't talked to him. I didn't even know the truck, but I find the key, and I go look at it, turn the gauge on, or the battery on so I could see get power onto the dash. Mm-hmm. It's got 430,000 miles. And I'm like, there ain't no way this runs. Turn the key and it fires right up. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
What were the chances?
All right. But it's got a gaping oil leak that we think is the rear main.
I bet it is.
But it's probably the upper oil pan and the rear cover and everything else. Oh, you got to take off the damn fuel cover to do that. So with those, that was a long way of me saying, luckily with those trucks, the repairs are so expensive that even if you don't want to work on it, you won't have to, because once you quote it correctly,
nobody's doing that.
They're not going to do it.
Once you quote it correctly, or maybe not in the case of that one, but many of them. That one at 400K was probably on his third engine, I'm sure.
At least.
Once you pull the oil cap off, nobody wants to do the proper repair. Right?
That's how we take care of them, though, right? Like we're talking about a relational and how do we take care of these people? Being honest and don't fix this truck.
I was just telling somebody earlier, a coach would choke our front end. We tell more people to go trade their vehicle in. Some of these coaches, they would lose their mind.
Reagan,
like probably 2 cars a day, we advise people to just go trade
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Go trade it in.
Again, I got a lot of friends in the area too, though. Yep. And
you're going to be $3,500 now, and that's just fixing this problem you have. These things have this problem. Yeah. It's like clockwork. You're going to be dealing with it. Move it along.
Yep. I have a friend of mine, he brought us a 2011 6.7 Power Stroke. Nice Lariat. He bought it new, black on black, good looking truck, but he bought it new, 230,000 miles at this point. And he's like, yeah, it's got oil leak. And I'm like, okay, let me crawl under there. Front cover, vacuum pump, oil pan. I mean, it's leaking literally everywhere.
It's engine out reseal type of oil leak,
brother,
right?
This is an engine out job.
Yeah.
It's going to exceed the value. You're pushing the value of the truck as is. And he's like, what do? I like my truck. I want to fix it. I said, my best advice is don't touch it. Sell it for whatever you get for it, and go get you something new. Just move on.
New, right.
And he comes pulling in. I don't know. It was a week later, and he's in a nice new black King Ranch and all
nice.
that. And I was like, "Oh, you get rid of the truck?" He goes, and then the truck comes in behind him. It's his wife driving it. I go, "What the hell's that doing here?" He's like, "They wouldn't even take it on trade."
They didn't.
And it's a nice truck. It's just old.
It's just too old and
so
too mighty,
Reagan drives
right?
it now.
Yeah.
She bought it from him, and she drives it.
Oh
and
my
we just keep oil in it, right? Like I'm not gonna fix it. It's not worth it. But we were honest, and man, he thanked me for that, right? I didn't take any money from him, but I did you right, and so I'm good with that. I'm good with that because it's just better that way.
It.
I couldn't imagine fixing that truck and then it drops a lifter or it spins a bearing or it does whatever they do.
Because it's got the kind of miles. Our 6R 140 is durable. Yes. That many miles, who knows?
It could go tomorrow. And it shouldn't surprise anybody.
Yeah. So, it's been great having you on here.
Yeah, dude. It was cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah. We should do it more.
What's that?
We should do it more.
We definitely should do it again. We'll do a round 2 sometime.
We should definitely talk more shit too.
Definitely talk more shit.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our video today. If you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see some more, you can click right here. And it would be really helpful for me if you thought that this level of mediocrity is something that could help your other friends that were shop owners or in the industry. You can click right here and subscribe. You can even set up notifications if you want. I'd love to have you on the channel.